have a fucking forward in the house of war. The house of God. The house of God. The house of God. Star Wars. Oh,
That's not going to happen. Is
why?
because that's not how Kevin Feige has ever operated. He's not a knee-jerk reactionist. He's not like, wait, that worked a little bit better than we thought. Let's change all of our plans because this one thing worked out a little bit better than we thought. That's not how Kevin Feige operates. That's why he is so successful. He's already got his plans for what the X-Men are and they're going to be. They've already got a director who's already working on the first X-Men.
Oh.
And it does not involve the OG kids. To the best of my knowledge today. To the best of all our knowledge today. Kevin Feige is not the kind of guy that goes, wait a minute, what? People like James Marsden as Cyclops. Whoa, wait, everybody stop what you're doing. Stop writing, drop that pen. Stop making those storyboards. Put those down. Change everything. Fire the kid we just hired, James Marsden. Well, how does that make sense if James Marsden is star of Cyclops in the new X-Men? Who cares? We'll figure it out. That's not what Kevin Feige does. That's not his modus operandi. That's just not the way he's done things. That's never been the way he's done things. And they're not going to do it. They're just not going to do it. So I have no doubt that Marsden is going to be great as Cyclops. I have no doubt that Alan Cumming is going to be great as a returning back home. I have zero doubt in the world that Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart are going to be.
Patrick Stewart's number one.
No doubt. But neither is Kevin Feige. He's not going to all of a sudden go, oh my God, this really worked well. Let's change all of our future X-Men plans. It's not going to happen. So I'm going to call that a big overreaction. All right. Thanks a lot for sending that in, though, man.
Yeah.
All right. Next one up, our second to last hot take for overreaction comes to us from Reese Jones, who writes, Project Hail Mary will be the fall guy of 2026. Score high with critics and audiences, but underperform at the box office. Project Hail Mary will be, which is Rob's number one most anticipated movie of the year. Project Hail Mary will be the fall guy of 2026. Score high with critics and audiences, but ultimately fail at the box office. I very sadly have to say that that's not an overreaction. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it will underperform, okay? But you're not saying it's a lock, stock, thing either. But you're not wrong. This very well could be the next Fall Guy. Because listen, guys, Fall Guy was a great movie. It wasn't one of the top 5 of the year. It should have been nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards rating. Fall Guy was an immensely entertaining, fun movie. It was really well done. You had a great cast in it, big names. I mean, I don't know how you get much bigger in your names in it. And they made a really good movie, great action, very funny, great reviews, audience scores were high, and yet nobody went to go see it. Like, nobody went to go see it. Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, and nobody went to go see it. And it totally deserved better. Could Project Hail Mary be that? It could be. It really could. Because while everybody who's read the book is like, guys, gotta go see Project Hail Mary. The reality is probably only about 5% of the movie-going audience has probably read or listened to the book. In fact, if you think my numbers are wrong, feel free to tell me, but it seems to me like most of the people I know have not read Project Hail Mary. And the people who are most excited about Project Hail Mary seem to be the people who read the book. So look, this can come out and totally explode at the box office.
Yeah, I've checked.
But there are a lot of similarities, feeling-wise, to what happened with Fall Guy. You're not wrong about that. So I'm unfortunately going to say, well, it's not a for sure thing that it will be a hit. I'm going to call your assessment not an overreaction, unfortunately. I don't think your hot take is that much of an overreaction. All right. That down, let's move on to our final hot take of the day here for overreaction. And that one comes to us from Connor Phillips, who writes, Sean Levy's Starfighter will break the Star Wars box office record.
Oh,
Sean Levy's Starfighter will break the Star Wars box office record. Alright, so of course, you've got the Mandalorian and Grogu movie coming out, which, honestly, I think if Mandalorian and Grogu makes $500 million, I think they should pop bottles of champagne and be very, very happy with that, because I'm not sure how many people are going to go see Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm not entirely sure how many people are going to care about it.
no, I'm not going to see that.
That being said, after that, we've got Starfighter. And let me tell you, it's been a while since I've been this excited for a Star Wars project. Sean Levy coming off of, who's done, like, forget Night at the Museum and everything like that. That World War II thing he did, Real Steel, of course, one of the big masterminds and directors behind all those things. Did Deadpool Wolverine, did Free Guy, did Adam Project. I love Sean Levy. I'm not gonna lie, I love the dude. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah,
he's absolutely fantastic. And him coming into Star Wars and doing something that's completely different. Characters we've never met, locations we've never been, things I've been begging Star Wars to do for ages.
That's it.
I think this movie's going to be great.
Uh-huh.
I think it's going to be great. I also think it's going to be bigger than Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yep.
But if you think Starfighter, with the state that Star Wars is in right now, having had no recovery yet, is just going to come out of the gate and make $2 billion. Because remember, Star Wars The Force Awakens is the current Star Wars box office champ at over $2 billion.
Yep.
So when you're saying it's going to break the Star Wars box office record, you're saying $2 billion. And that, my beloved friend and film fan, my brother in film fan, is crazy talk. That is straight up crazy talk. Now listen, am I saying that Star Wars, under the leadership of Dave Filoni and whoever else comes along, am I saying that Star Wars can't ever have another $2 billion film? Of course I'm not saying it. It absolutely can. But it's going to need rehabilitation, much like the way a brand new DC needed to rehabilitate its image.
That's it.
It's why I said for ages that the new Superman movie, when it comes out, is not going to be a huge box office success because it's got too much baggage that it's got to deal with. The same is true with Starfighter. Star Wars is not in its best condition. Right? We all acknowledge that. As great as Andor was, overall, Star Wars is not.
No, Andor was good.
Great projects. Hopefully, Mandalorian and Grogu will be great. I have every belief that Starfighter will be great. But it's going to need a couple of those projects to kind of rehabilitate the reputation of Star Wars, image of Star Wars, get more of the fans back on board, get more of the general movie-going audience back on board. It's going to take that before we can ever start talking about possible $2 billion films.
Yeah.
So I believe Starfighter's going to be awesome. I really do. But if you think that that movie's going to make $2 billion, the state that Star Wars is
$2 billion.
I think your imagination's going to be awesome.
Not $2 billion.
That's crazy talk. So, no, I will say that is an overreaction. All right, guys, that will wrap up this session of overreaction. Thank you to everybody who sent in and their submissions, or keep you guys' eyes open on the YouTube channel for when we do put out calls for submissions. If we only like once we pick all the ones out of it, we delete the posts, so that way people aren't leaving submissions that are never going to get read. So, but keep your eyes open for when we do put up submission calls, and maybe you'll see your hot take.
Oh, yeah.
Our next session of Overreaction.
Yeah.
All right. That down, guys. Let's move on to this, shall we? You know, right now online, and it's completely understandable. Completely understandable. Right now online, it is the wild, wild west for a whole hell of a lot of Avengers Doomsday reports, rumors, all that kind of stuff. The majority of which, even some of the bigger, more popular ones that everybody now kind of accepts, are absolutely wrong. I won't tell you which ones, but some of the bigger ones that everybody just now kind of assumes, oh yeah, that's going to happen. Nope, totally wrong. But there are a few that have come out that we know to be true. Again, I won't say which ones. One of the things that I've been saying for the past couple of weeks, and is getting more and more obvious, is that I have become aware, and many people have become aware, of more and more people who are in possession of the same knowledge I am. I told you the number was 2 companies, so I said I have had 2 people that I either know or am acquainted with. I have found out also know everything that I know. And with a few of these doomsday rumors coming out, like again, most of them are not true. But there are a couple coming out that I go, oh, yeah, that person knows too. Because that one's real. What that person's saying is real. That coming out, I believe that by June or July, before the end of the summer, I've said on this show, and I continue to believe, that it's all just going to be out there. Like, the legit, all the real stuff is going to be out there within 5-6 months. At the rate I already see it starting to spread amongst people, it's going to be out there in the next 5 to 6 months. I really think it won't be for me, but it'll all be out there in the next 5 to 6 months. And I just really believe that because the number of people is growing quick. But just last night, I was talking with another friend of mine, texting with another friend of mine, who said, by the way, did you know that Steve Rogers in Avengers Doomsday is blank, blankety blank, and tingly winkly, and oopsie doopsie? And I'm like, how did you find out? How did you? I'll tell you how I find out, but how did you find out? Just last night, another guy I know actually had the information. That brings us to this newest one. Our friend, Jeff Snyder, isn't always right, but he has broken some years. I mean, it's not many more since, but like one of the really big ones in recent years was he was the guy, Jeff was the guy to break the news that Harrison Ford was joining the MCU as the Uncle Ross. That was a huge story. He's right. And he gets a lot of his stuff right. Again, something, not everything right, just something wrong. Well, according to things flying all over the place here today, Jeff Snyder is reporting that Doomsday will not explain why Dr. Doom looks like Tony Stark. That Doomsday will not explain why Dr. Doom looks like Tony Stark. So, if just a wee little bit familiar, that would be because last week on our show, I didn't make a video about it, but it was during the Q&A session. Because they were screws. And I think it's going to be. Quite. They don't, and that's all right. And that'll do it, guys. Clearly, silencing my microphone. Clearly, my prediction last week about how this information is getting around fast. Just you. No, I didn't talk to Jeff.
You don't understand what's happening there, Mom.
And I know.
They're protesting because they don't want to be under this regime
So
anymore.
let's have somewhere
Do
else.
you know what they did?
Start around.
Do you know Coco Udisuubeli?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
This one's true.
Yes. They're killing protesters. They shot a bunch of people yesterday. They shot a bunch of people yesterday, and then they stopped because Elon Musk.
Edmonton homeowners, listen up, they don't want you to know this. Would you pay $4,000 for a solar system that's worth over $20? Greetings, Contrarians, and welcome back to the channel. I think we're headed into a full week. A lot of bad news. That is a doomsday doom kind of a week. So we're going to have to talk about it because between the two, possibly three upcoming films that round out what we know as the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we're coming to the end of something, or the beginning of something else. Trevor Denning over at That Park Place outlines that we're about to see an Ant-Man character die off screen because it's more expedient for Marvel.